G'day, everybody. What a big night we've got tonight. Normally, I can chew the fat with the best of them, but tonight I'm going to try and keep it as short and sweet as I can. I normally go for an hour just with one guest. How am I going to go with four? So let's see how we go. We can see these beautiful trophies up here. They're going to be given away tonight. I've got a few boys in the background, what we're classing as my green room, that are absolutely shitting their dacks. So what can I say? I've got to get through and say a few things to start with, and then we'll get the show rolling. It is going to be a massive show. I can't thank everyone enough for logging in. It has just been absolutely brilliant. It has been a big year. I'd like to take this time to thank, everyone that's been involved in the show, because later on I want to make it all about the winner. So, I couldn't have done it each week without a lot of people and a lot of people behind the scenes to get this show up and running. And probably most importantly, I should thank my family. I know everyone gets out there and thanks their family, but I've got my family in the room with me tonight. Harry's helping me out, as he has done all year, with jokes and everything else. And tonight I've got Nikki clicking the button so I can concentrate fully on the job at hand. So I'd like to thank Nikki and Harry and all of my family for all of their support. We've got heaps of people on. Brady, Lisa, we've got Tim, we've got Jordan. Whack some stuff, Shane, Jeff, whack some stuff in the comments. Everyone's going to be out there, so if they feel like commenting, they can jump into the comments from where they are. I'd also like to thank all of my personal fishing sponsors. I'm not going to go through them tonight. It's not appropriate, but I do thank you very much. It is my last show as well as the grand final show, so I'm trying to get all of my stuff through. I'd like to thank all of the guests. We've had 40 weeks, guests all over the place from Queensland, Western Australia, Victoria. It has been absolutely great. I'd like to thank everyone that donated for the Pay It Forward campaign. We raised over $2,000 this year alone for That's the Thing About Fishing, something that I'm really proud about. I'd like to also thank everyone that donated to the Get Tim Well cause. I'm pretty sure we cracked the $1,500 mark for Tim's recovery program, and we gave away well over $3,000 in prizes on the show. So that's absolutely a massive year for the first year of Chewing the Fat with the Cat. So we are looking forward to going into next year. Don't forget to jump on the link that I've been providing. It's projectclothing.com. Look for Corey's Dam Fishing merch. This is the last opportunity you are going to get to buy my merch. We're closing the shop tomorrow night at midnight. So if you want to buy some of my merch to support me and the cause, feel free to jump in. We've got hoodies, we got shorts, we got caps, we got tracksuit pants, we got the whole range in there. It is Project Clothing. I will jump a link in later on so you can all pick that up. So that's hopefully I haven't forgotten anyone. But throughout the show, I'd like to thank a few very important people that have given me a lot of prizes. And way back at show number 3, Rick Doyle from Jones Plumbing gave me well in excess of $500 worth that really got me started. Steve Galvin from Tech Angler gave me vouchers to give away for his stuff with his Lowrance and some lures as well. We had Glenn and Sue Casey, of course, from Bassman. We had them on twice. They gave away exclusive lures on the show. Rod McKenzie gave away a heap of lures. We had Glenn Goldie from Goldie's Maintenance give some prize back. Shane Melrose, Central Victorian Lure Casters, awesome job. Mick Johnson from M&J or MJ Fishing up there in Queensland donated prizes. Vanessa and Tony Bennett from Moala Fish Camp Ski donated prizes. All the Daiwa crew that come on this year. I had a few of them. We had Braden Shue, we had Peter Phelps, we had Tom Slater, and we had Joshy Crop on this year. So all the Daiwa crew, thank you very much. Frogley's Offshore donated to the show through Adrian Melchior. We had the RC crew, of course, Matty Langford was a big part of the show. He's on 3 or 4 times. But him and Mitch Cohn got on, and they donated jerseys, signed jerseys to give away. We raised money through that. I'd like to thank Drew Howe from the Angling Dangling Guide to Fishing, the author. He donated some books, and of course Brad from Bluefin. I cannot thank Brad enough, but we will. I'm sure the guys will be thanking him later on. So I hope I haven't forgotten anyone. I really don't. But the big thanks, I suppose, goes out to all of you guys for logging in and watching all year on and off. The views have just been insane. So it is, the love has been shared, and I'm really, really enjoying the whole process. I'm going to enjoy the 6 or 7 weeks off that I'm going to have, and hopefully one of these 2 guys or 3 guys can come on and help me out as we go forward. I'm feeling a bit lost tonight. I haven't got the mouse here to click. Nikki's over in the background doing I feel a bit professional here. I've got my sound engineer over there doing it for me. So I'm sort of lost. I'm just trying to tick off as we go. But enough about me. Let's get off me and let's get on to these 3. We have Declan, Bill, and Kevin who have made it through to the top 3. So I'm going to bring them up onto the screen right now. And we've got 1, 2, and we're missing one. Kevin, there. All right, guys. One of you guys has got your audio on in the background. Can you please make sure that your audio on Facebook is
It's happening, Cap.
So we don't get any feedback. Hey, guys, how are we feeling? I will go around the room and talk to you individually so we're not talking over the top of each other. I just wanted to get a view. We've got... on my screen, we've got Bill bottom left. He's away fishing at the moment. He hasn't got the big family behind him. He's actually found a room at the pub at Kilcoy. So if anyone's around that Somerset area, make sure you jump into Kilcoy pub and see Bill down there. We have top right on my screen, we have Declan, who is obviously sitting in front of a door and, just got the camera. We're going to look up his nose all night. We're looking forward to that. Then we have Kevin down the bottom with his wife and one of his workmates in support down the bottom. So looking forward to chatting to you 3 guys. I'll bring you up one at a time, and we will go from there. So first things first, I am going to bring up Bill.
How you going?
Good, mate. How are you? Can you just...
Nervous, and as you said earlier, shitting myself. So that box is ticked.
Yeah, mate. Listen, I've just got to ask: do you have Facebook open in the background on your computer? So I'm getting feedback through somebody out in the group.
No, I don't have anything opened.
No, that's all right. Nikki, can you mute everyone else for me, please? Not Bill. All right. So, listen, mate. This is your time to sort of have a little bit of a chat. We're gonna obviously have a bigger chat later on, but anything you want to, it's early in the night. Anything you want to spit out right now?
It's very hard to put that into words right now. It's been a massive journey that we've all been on together. Last week with the top 3 guys, we've just spent a lot of time getting some banter going because we're all so far apart. So having a bit of banter going on with the guys in the group has just made this whole week feel like a little cohesive group have come together and like-minded guys. And I can't thank Declan and also Kevin enough for how they've made us feel this week, and yourself, Corey and Brad. So just pumped to be here and really keen to see how we all go. I'm excited to see what the boys have put together for their challenge, and I wish them all the best.
Excellent. And listen, I have to say you boys have been really good with that. So what I'll do now is I'll bring Kevin up for a bit of a quick chat. So we'll bring Kevin up next. G'day, Kevin. How you going?
Yeah, good, Cap. How are you?
Yeah, look, I'm really good. I'm not as nervous as you guys, but I have been very nervous, and we have been chatting behind the scenes. It's been really good to get to know you guys on a personal level over the last 8 weeks. We've grown to this beautiful little group that's sitting there behind the scenes, just, openly chatting. I know all of you want to win it, but you've all been so humble. As I said to Bill, we'll get you on in a minute to have a fair say, but we just wanted to have a quick chat to all of you guys.
Sure.
So, what your experience so far?
Oh, mate, the top three boys have been fantastic. If you looked at a group of people to support each other, man, I wish Brad had 3 boats to give these guys because they're all awesome. It's just been amazing.
Sorry, mate. We're having some technical difficulties with the clicker in the background. She's working away. Declan actually dropped off the stream, so we've been able to pick him back up. So that's all good. Hey, listen, you've been wonderful. You've jumped through many hoops to get to this stage. You know, did you think that way back in the day you would have got to the top 10?
Oh, I thought maybe top 5. That was probably where I was thinking, but. Yeah, truly humble to be in this top 3 with these guys because they're both amazing people.
Yep, excellent, mate. I'm going to have to get Declan on for a quick chat, and we'll talk to you more in a minute about your challenge.
Too easy.
All right, Declan, we got you back up. Don't stress too much. Can you hear me now? Declan, can you hear me now? That's all good. If we can't hear Declan, we'll be able to cross over and go.
I think I'm having some problems with the connectivity. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep.
Nah, I can't hear you.
Yep. No, that's all right, mates. What I need you to do is just bear with me. Nikki, just bring me up as a solo, please. All right. So there you go. First technical difficulties on the night. We will cruise through those. What I've had to do is talk to the guys about, you know, who was going to go first and which way we were going to make it go first. So we decided to do probably the most Australian thing that we could, and we decided to do a bit of a paper, scissors, rock. So we pre-recorded a paper, scissors, rock video earlier in the week, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that with you so we can work out who's going to present first tonight. Mute. Mute. All right, guys. Thanks very much. We'll be doing your presentation first on, tonight, basically, because this will be played tonight. So let's find out. All right. So listen, we are having obviously audio difficulties tonight, but you would have seen there that it will come up, but Bill will actually win that one, and Bill will go first. We're having issues with everything, which is unexpected because I don't have the mouse in my hand. Just bear with me for a second. While we go through it, and really, you know, this is throwing me out. So I'm going to bring Bill on for a chat now. Hey, Bill, how you going?
Good.
Good. Can you please tell us all about what you had to do for your video and, basically, you know, what it's about and everything else for me, please?
Yeah, so the challenge that was set, and first and foremost, it was huge. It was something that if you didn't get asked to do it, it would be something that you would never ever think about trying to organise. So the idea and the challenge was that you had been the Bluefin brand ambassador apprentice for the 2 years, and at the end of the 2 years, you were to head over to Norway and Sweden to meet up with 2 Alloycraft pros, one from Norway, one from Sweden, and you would head over there for 2 weeks at the end of February and the start of March, which is deep at the end of their winter and then into the start of their spring type thing, but it's still very cold over there. So you would head over there and do 2 weeks. You would need to say where you were going, what fish you were going to target, how you were going to target them techniques-wise, what else you would do besides fishing, and what you would take out of the experience as well. So for both Norway and Sweden, we had to do that. And then once we were over there, we were also there to represent Allowcraft at a major boat show that was on at the time in Sweden, in Stockholm. And then once that part of the challenge was done, that was part 1. Part 2 of the challenge was these 2 lads were now coming over to Australia for 2 weeks in September. And we were going to show them around Australia and take them around Australia to where we wanted to take them fishing. So where we would go fishing, what fish we would target, how we would target them, who we would take with us as well, and also what cultural experiences we would show them to expose them to what Australia has to offer that, you know, is unique and the rest of the world would find very different. Yeah, so I mean, when it's all written out in an email with how long it was and you're trying to go through and make it all happen, you then had a time constraint of 8 minutes.
Excellent, mate. Thank you very much. I'm getting messages all through that there's no sound. I'm hoping that it's just the video. I can't, work out what's going on. So
I couldn't hear the sound in the video either, but I can hear you loud and clear now.
Yeah, awesome. That's all good. I just hope that the presentations have got sound. That's what I'm trying to work on while you were talking there.
That would definitely help.
Oh, mate, I'm sweating, running between screens, trying to get this all sorted out. So, yes, look, I'm looking at the comments. They're all coming through. Let us know in the comments whether you're getting sound or not sound. But we're going to have to play your video now, and we'll see if the audio plays, all right? So let's try your video. I'll get Nikki to bring that up for me. All right, bring it up as a solo, and we're going to play this video, and I need to work out whether we've got sound. So can you please play that video, Nikki? All right, so there we go. We've got no way of fixing this audio right now. So can you please bring me back up on the screen, Nikki? One of my passions is amazingly exciting food. Rolf has organized dinner at Skin Medium Restaurant. Can you stop the video, please? All right, so there you go. There's our first clip. Everyone's saying no sound on the video. We have no backup plan for this at all. I have no way of fixing it. What I am going to do, and this is going to challenge the boys. So listen, I'm going to bring on Bill, and I'm going to bring on Kevin, and I'm going to hopefully bring on Declan. I don't know where he's dropped out. So can you please bring everyone onto the screen, Nikki? Right, g'day guys. How you going?
Yeah, good. Better than you at the moment, I think.
I'm having a dead set Barry Crocker. So I have got no idea how to fix these videos without being in front of the computer. So I'm going to have to go over and have a bit of a look-see at the computer.
Good.
This is your challenge for right now. You are live. This is live. I want you to keep everyone entertained for the next couple of minutes between yourselves. So throwing it in the deep end, and I will get over to the computer and work on it and see how we go. All right. So just bear with me, and I will jump on there. You guys talk between yourselves for us, please.
Declan, can you hear us?
Nah.
We can hear you.
Definitely. No, I can't even see anything. I'm running absolutely blind.
You've got sound and
I
everything,
can
Kev?
hear Bill.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Loud and
I
clear.
can't hear anyone else.
Right.
I see anything.
Might have to be the Kevin Bill show for a bit.
Hey, Kevin, Declan, are you on? I will ring you. So let me sort Declan's out. You guys keep us entertained for a couple of minutes. All right, boys?
What do you like, a dancing Bill?
Shocking. At weddings only with a few beers under the belt.
Yeah.
Lots of beers. Sorry. Yeah. Then I can cut some rug, but besides that, no.
Hey,
Look at yourself.
Yeah, no, not that great. Not that great at all. Want to see a monkey dance? That's me.
Yeah, twice. I'm on the iPad.
Yeah, it's just fallen out. I have no idea what's happened because I can hear everyone else. It's that's what happens sometimes.
Anyone got some questions for us that are watching, maybe?
Yeah, fire away with a question if you've got one.
I'll drop you off the screen.
I'll give you a question, Kev.
Yo.
The first place you're going to take the boat if you win it tonight?
Definitely have to be Bem River. It's one of my favourite places to fish, so definitely have to be down at Bem River. That's for sure. Go chase some bream while the weather's good and they're feeding on the surface. So that would definitely be my go-to.
Is there EPs in there too?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, further up there's definitely EPs in there. Yep, a few big flatties too. So everything to keep you entertained.
Very nice.
Our Somerset.
It's hot. It's really hot.
Yeah.
This time of year, it's a struggle to get fish cast and retrieve. So we had the sounder lit up today with the bottom probably 5 meters with fish, just completely thick. And the only way you could get them to open their mouths at all was to do some trolling through them, which, sitting in the boat doing that, you're trolling lures like IK 800s at about 25, 30 foot.
Yep.
Trying to get down to them. But yeah, we got a couple of yellows and we ended up with about 15 between the two of us, so that was good.
Not bad at all.
We'll get up tomorrow morning and do the same thing again.
Yep.
But we might head up into the trees and throw a few jigs around and see what happens.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, guys.
Hey, g'day.
We've lost Declan for a minute. He's going to log back in. I have no idea. We've done 40 shows without any of these glitches going wrong. I don't know what's going on. The only solution I can come up with is I will be able to play the videos, but we might.
Don't ask us to do a live voiceover.
No. I'm not going to ask you to do that. I'm going to play the videos and I'm going to move my microphone over to my speaker. So we may get a little bit of feedback, but at least I'll be able to get the videos to play. So that's the only solution at the moment. Let's bring Declan back into the stream and make sure that he's working. Declan, are you working now?
I'm working.
Hey, there he is.
That's what you get using Apple products. So, I had to throw that one in. Hey, so I'm going to try and go back to Bill's video, and I'm going to move my microphone, and we'll test it for feedback from there. So I'm asking everyone out there that will be listening, as soon as Bill's video starts, let me know if you're getting any volume or any feedback. If it's feedback, there's nothing I can really do about this. The show really revolves around these entry videos, and for some reason, I don't know why, but they're just not playing. So I'm going to bring I'm going to put you back in the green room, Kevin and Declan, and I'll keep talking with Bill.
Very
Sounds
good.
good.
All right, live TV for you, mate. How's this going?
Yeah, I mean, what night for it to happen on, huh?
I
Try
don't
to deep it a
know.
bit. That's all good.
All right, so I'm going to, first of all, bring your video up onto my other screen. You can hop in there if you want, but that's... So I'll start this again, and I just want to see if I've reloaded my computer and got it all running. So I just want to... I'll put it out there, and we'll see if everyone gets the volume first. If it doesn't, I'll move my microphone. So we'll go from there, all right? So first of all... Let me bring, this is just chaotic. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Here's your video. I'm going to mute us, bring the video up as a solo, and all right, here we go. We know there's no sound. I still know that there's nothing there. All right, I'm just trying to work on it for everyone.
Let me tell you about what we're going to be getting up to. We arrive in Oslo on Monday morning and head to our hotel. As one of my passions is amazing and exciting food, Rolf has organised a dinner at Scandinavian restaurant Contrast. This Michelin-star restaurant is prized for working with the best quality sourced Norwegian and organic ingredients available. What a treat it was. Bright and early the next morning, we're heading off to Rolf's stomping ground in Finskeby, which is just over 2.5 hours away from Oslo. On the drive, we were able to have some great conversations. It's all Norwegian and Swedish school students who taught English, which is perfect for me, though Australian English is a little bit left to say. Well, what an opportunity I have with my sponsor Bluefin Boats to be able to head over to Norway and Sweden for 2 weeks on a pro-staff exchange program. My wife and family will miss me for being away for 2 weeks, but they are stoked that my fishing career is taking off. This experience I'm going to be using to expand my knowledge base of fishing and my ability to work cohesively with people from anywhere in the world, and you know it's going to be heaps of fun. I've been planning this trip since I was told about it a few months ago, and as I don't have access to any pellets, I have stocked up on really warm clothes. I've spoken with both Rolf Magnus Grenberg in Norway and Sondre Burkholt Rian in Sweden, and they will be picking me up, unintended, with all the fishing gear we need while we're there. Plus, they have planned some amazing local experiences to do while we're hanging out. We will be starting our trip in Norway and then heading to Sweden, where at the end of our adventures, we will be all heading off to the Alt Person, a prestigious boat and boating show in Stockholm, Sweden, to represent Alloycraft. Let me tell you about what we're going to be getting up to. We arrive in Oslo on Monday morning and head to our hotel. As one of my passions is amazing and exciting food, Rolf has organised a dinner at Scandinavian restaurant Contrast. This Michelin-star restaurant is prized for working with the best quality sourced Norwegian and organic ingredients available. What a treat it was. Bright and early the next morning, we are heading off to Rolf's stomping ground in Finskeby, which is just over 2.5 hours away from Oslo. On the drive, we were able to have some great conversations. It's all Norwegian and Swedish school students who taught English, which is perfect for me, though Australian English is a little bit left to say. We arrive, unload the gear for the next few nights in the cabin and make sure the fire is roaring, as it's definitely not warm here at a balmy -7°C. Rolf has the ice fishing gear we are using to chase perch, trout, roach and bream throughout the daytime, along with the main target species of pike. We also have some great night fishing chasing burbot. I can say that the big predatory, angry, mouthful of teeth pike is the main reason we are here, and it is what Rolf is most excited to get us onto. We have the ice drill and scoops and shovels to get access through the ice. We are going to be using specific, very short rods designed for ice fishing. Baitcaster reelers loaded with 20-pound monofilament line, as the ice, when cut, can be quite sharp, so the mono gives us a bit of abrasion resistance. We will be mainly fishing with small bait fish, both fresh and frozen, but also have some minnow lures to entice the bite. We stay here ice fishing for 3 nights. After this amazing ice fishing, which we slayed by the way, we are now looking to warm our bones and put our feet up. We head back into Oslo to catch our flight to northern Norway for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We have 3 nights booked in Alta at the Aurora Canvas Domes. fancy igloos without the ice and frostbite, to take in the Northern Hemisphere spectacular, the Northern Lights. Our accommodation is specifically set up to be able to relax in our cabins by the fire and enjoy the show. We spend our days away in Alta trying out some winter sports, such as dog sledding, and also get out on the snowmobiles to explore this winter wonderland, as I find it very hard to sit still for too long. After the last couple of days relaxing, we have now left Alta and are off to Stockholm in Sweden, where we are about to start a national rivalry between Norway and Sweden to see who can catch the biggest pike while ice fishing. Both the lads Sondre and Rolf are bantering like siblings, and I love it. As we have a boat show to head to for Alloycraft at the end of the week, we are raring to get on the road to our fishing destination in the Declan area, which is 3.5 hours drive from Stockholm. While we are keen to catch some big pike, the main species we are targeting in Sweden is zander. They can be a tough fish, but are extremely aggressive. We'll be using short rods again to target them, but longer than the standard ice rods. We'll have a 6 to 6 foot 4 rod and be running baitcaster reels with 12 to 15 pound braid and a metre of 12 to 15 pound leader. As the lures we are using are big, and I mean big soft plastics from 8 to 10 inches, depending on how the fish are responding and what they're eating. The main technique will be vertical jigging to get the zander pumped up and ready to eat. We spent 4 nights here in John Hopping ice fishing for zander with great success, as well as running into some group pike as bycatch. As for the rivalry of who got the biggest pike, it's safe to say Australia came out on top. Now we're heading back to Stockholm to represent our brand, our sponsor Alloycraft, and our countries. We spend the next 3 days doing what we love, talking boats, fishing, and I won't lie, but we did talk a lot of crap too, which is what it's all about. Being able to travel to amazing countries and meet amazing people while being backed by my sponsors makes me the happiest man alive. Now it's time to show off my home. Rolf and Sondra, I will see you in September in Australia. Welcome lads to the land down under, where our coat of arms is on the menu. I'm super excited for what I have planned for them. When I pick Rolf and Sondra up from the airport in Brisbane on Monday morning, we take them into the city to get settled into their accommodation. I have planned a dinner out at Michelin-starred Beau Rumble, using modern Australian wood-fire cooking techniques focusing on seafood and plant-based produce. This place will give you a meal you'll never forget. After what has been an unforgettable dinner, we retire to our rooms early as we are on a plane first thing the next morning. We board our first plane in Brisbane and head to Darwin to catch our connecting flight over to the remote and picturesque Tiwi Islands. We are chatting away on the plane about the amazing species we're about to encounter in this paradise. We had 7 nights to explore this wonderland. I've also invited Corey Goldie, a Brisbane-sponsored angler and mate, plus the guru of the Northern Territory, Matt Wright, along for the trip, who is going to be a huge help in showing us the local area. Our first target species is the iconic barramundi. This hard-hitting, lure-throwing predator of the creeks and oceans is waiting for us. We are heading firstly up into the creeks of the island using bait casters loaded with 50-pound braid and 50 and 60-pound leaders, depending on bus stop rates. We will be using heavy 8 to 12 kilo bait caster rods that are 5'6" to 6'4" in length to make for accurate casting in amongst the mangroves and the rock bars, plus give us plenty of opportunity of leverage to turn these acrobats of the water. We'll be throwing a mixture of hard-body jerkbaits, soft plastics, and surface lures, all of which will have the hardware upgraded to reduce the amount of TVs for all involved. With how remote this island is, we take to the sky and head out for a day's heli fishing, as this is the only way we can access some of the creeks that run off into the ocean. We were able to bring a couple of barra back to the lodge, where we were able to prepare them in the local way over open coals wrapped in paper. The other main draw card is the freight train of the ocean that will straighten hooks that are not able to be straightened and leave you with your tail between your legs, the mighty giant trevally, or the GT as the Aussies know it. The gear we are using needs to be of the highest of quality, and we are going to be going real heavy. We'll be running PE 6 to 8 rods with size 14,000 to size 18,000 reels loaded with a minimum of 100-pound braid and a minimum of 100-pound leader, which we will upgrade if we are getting out. For this visual predator of the ocean, we are going to be surface fishing and using large cut-face poppers between 150 and 200 mil and stick baits between 180 and 300 mil long. Long casts and long draws to cause as much surface disturbance as possible to provoke a topwater explosion. Then hold on and don't get dragged over the side of the boat. After a full 7 days of casting and hauling these iconic fish over the side of the boat, it's time for a change of pace. We get our connecting flight to Darwin and then jump up the next plane to Alice Springs. Once back in Alice Springs, we all take the afternoon and the night to catch up on some much-needed R&R in the shadow of Uluru, staying at longitude 131. We spent some time eating local food, meeting Indigenous guides for a tour or two, and taking in the wondrous sight that is Uluru. The next day we fly into the Gold Coast. Just south of the Gold Coast, our little coastal town of Bronson Heads. The family has travelled up to stay and hang out for the next few days. From here, we are perfectly positioned to head north or south for some chill time. We spend the next 2 nights with our feet in the sand, enjoying the spring weather, and of course, throwing back a few beers while we chat about life, family, and the future. Now we are relaxed, we head to the Gold Coast to check out the beaches and also stopping at our best food destinations, supplying on the best quality we can find. Bunnings, for a Bunnings snag on bread. Later that afternoon, we have tickets to see an NRL game between the Gold Coast Titans and the Canberra Raiders. We all know the Raiders took the win. Thanks heaps for the memories, lads, and I look forward to doing this again.
Oh, there we go. We're into it. Can you hear me with my microphone way over the other side of the room?
Yeah, I got you, mate.
Yeah, excellent. You're blowing my ears out. I think it's going to bring it back. I'll just put it over there for the video. So I'm hoping the audio wasn't too bad, but we got the gist, mate. That was a very hard challenge. Tell us a little bit about, how you plan that out. That, to get an 8-minute video, to do it live, to do all the stuff that you've done in a country that you don't know about. Tell us a few of the key points that I suppose you learn.
So first and foremost is research. Simple as that. Making sure that you research the correct areas and what you can do over there, because one of the things I found straight away was I knew of a couple of fish from that area being pike and halibut, but I didn't really know of many others. And halibut has always sort of been on my radar because they're, as far as it goes, they're so big. And these dudes catch these 200-pound, essentially flounder-looking fish, but they're closed the time we were over there. So that was my first point of call. So I learned very quickly that being able to adapt and work out what you could do and how you could make it your own was very crucial to making sure that you could create a video that was going to really capture people's vision and they would be able to understand what I was trying to do. And it was pretty much like a narrative in a way. Like I was telling you how we were doing it and what we were doing as if it had already been done as well. And I find that the storytelling in that sense, especially for the way that I am as a person and that I would relate to it, that really sat well with me, how I could get the point across and make sure it was nice and clear. And the hardest thing though was 8 minutes. Like you sit there and you record stuff and you're like, oh, that didn't take very long. And then you look at how long it took and you're like, I spoke for like 15 minutes. How do you make 8 out of 15? So you sit there and you're like, oh, shit. Oh, how do I condense that? And I've got awesome people behind me. I've got my family behind me, as you met the other day. And I've got some really creative people behind me as well. So being able to bounce ideas off people and have a chat and say, how does this come across? And being able to work with them to essentially grow your ideas and let them evolve so it can be a much more rounded presentation as well. I got to say a huge thank you to my sister-in-law because she was a massive help with it all. She was amazing and she didn't leave a coffee cup sitting around the house when she did it, so that was also good. But she helped me out. Like I couldn't have done it without her because she's so creative and it was so helpful to be able to have her there to help me get through it. And she also helped push me as well, push the ideas further and push the, don't stop now, you're on a roll, keep going. And that's one thing that was like, I couldn't have done it without her. So thank you, Isabel, so much. That was amazing.
And how much did it open your eyes up to the whole wide world of fishing that's not American bass fishing?
Oh, that the size of a fish we are in a pond over here with what we do, it's just a drop in the ocean of what's available out there and how you can do things. The style of fishing that you do over there, pretty much besides like deep dropping and fly fishing, we don't do any of the other style of fishing that they do over there. We don't have ice like that we've got to drill through. We don't have to wait until everything defrosts so we can get out of the marina. It's a whole different world. And it's such a large part of their day over there is dark as well. So I also have to contend with that. But the one thing that I found was awesome was they actually all learn English over there all the way through school. So not needing to have a translator as well just made the whole experience as a whole when I told the narrative so much simpler in regards to the communication, because if we all spoke a different language, it would have been very difficult to be able to do it all comfortably. Like, hey, translator, do you want to come and sit in the ice for 4 days so we can actually have a conversation?
Yeah.
They'd all tell you where to go. Yeah, I'm not sitting there doing that. But
Yeah.
I love the experience. It really threw me off the deep end of what I can do, what we can do. And when you put your mind to something and you really want something, you can make something amazing.
Sure can. Listen, mate, I thank you very much. As I said, we have jumped you guys and girls and, juniors alike, everyone that's got through to the top 10. You've jumped through some massive hoops, and that was a massive challenge. And looking at the comments, everyone, even with all the audio problems, I listened to your audio. It was spot on before something went wrong with the stream, and it was spot on. So the audio wasn't quite right for that, but you've done a wonderful job. We do have to get the other guys on and get them cranking. So, excuse me, I'll bring Declan up next. So Declan was second in the paper, scissors, rock that we didn't hear any voiceover, but everyone knows what paper, scissors, rock is. So that's all good. Hey, Declan, how you going? We've got your volume at the moment. I know you're not seeing anything.
No, I can see you now.
Yep, awesome. So we're going to jump in and play your video next, which means I'll have to stick my microphone over to the other side of the room. But, we'll have a bit of a chat after. We'll get the video done, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat afterward because we're going to catch up a little bit of time here. We're behind on the cheat sheet. So I don't want to disadvantage you at all. We'll do all the talking at the end. So I'll get Nicky to bring your video up. We'll chuck you back in the green room, and we'll put your video up. So
I'm about to receive a phone call, which is going to send me on a trip of a lifetime. And to say I'm excited would be an understatement. Planning gets straight into action. First thing on the list is to find out what not to do when traveling to Sweden. They might not speak English. Thank you, Steve Jobs. I think it's extremely important to know who you're going to be meeting up with when traveling overseas and make sure that you don't die. So we go to the source of all truth, social media. Don't worry, obviously I will give you a call as well. It then comes down to the golden rule of all travel, and that is only pack the essentials. We are now ready to go. Place to see, people to remember, and memories to make. The journey begins in Stockholm City, where I'd planned to meet up with our distributors and get into their stores and see how they operate. This would be a great opportunity to meet these people face to face rather than in a virtual setting. The next on our list of things to do is to attend the Gothenburg Boat Show. With over 400 displays showcasing everything marine, it's a great opportunity to forge new relationships and also potentially burn a huge hole in my wallet. Onwards to Finnskogen. With Sindra and Rolf, we go out to target giant pike and football redfin. When it comes to techniques on how we would target these fish, I would leave it to the lads. I'd be hoping to pick up new styles which I could potentially bring back over to Oz and see if we can implement that on some of the natives here. Now, a lifelong dream of mine has been to go and see the Northern Lights. Given the opportunity, I would jet up to Narvik to witness what is, in my opinion, one of the most spectacular sights that the world has to offer. After ticking off a bucket list event for me, it's then back on down to Finnskogen. meet up with the lads, and experience the culture. From there, we all head back over to Stockholm for the Allt sojourn to experience what is perhaps and possibly one of the greatest boat shows in the Northern Hemisphere. That would then wrap up our 2-week stay in Scandinavia, meeting some amazing people, making some brilliant relationships, and seeing some extraordinary sights. It would be bye for now, but not forever, and these boys have no idea what would be in store for them. The planning would begin almost immediately, rounding up the boys ready for the ultimate road trip.
We're going on a mission with the boys. We're going on a mission with the boys. Well, you see, we're going on a mission with the boys.
And from here, it would begin.
Boys trip!
The journey begins with almost a 23-hour flight from Stockholm City to Melbourne, Victoria. Contrary to their Viking descent, Scandinavians are known to be quite placid, so we waste very little time by getting them to open up with a Parma and a pint on their first day. There's no better way to overcome jet lag than to just keep going. We waste no time by picking up Ben the Bass Guru Faro and heading out to Blue Rock. The bass will be in the transition stage, so there'll be a number of different techniques which we'll try, hopefully some that we're able to bring back from Scandinavia, as well as the ones which we know will work. After a brilliant day on Blue Rock, our journey continues north to pick up the one and only Corey the Captain Goldie. And onwards to Glenbourne we go. Through our travels, we look to stop at a number of the different little towns along the way, making sure we support local business and ensuring that the guys get a good look at some Australian history.
With everyone now well and truly ready for some rest, we set our sights on the Gold Coast. Time to get the boys some of those picturesque postcard views.
It'll also be here where we meet up with Chief Richie and get on a plane boarded for Darwin. In Darwin, we'd be looking to target the mighty Barramundi, working the flats and rocky outridges, as well as getting the guys in and amongst some of the richest Australian culture there is to offer. Our time would now come to an end, and with a heavy heart, it would be time to say goodbye.
My key objectives for a program like this would be simple. First and foremost, I would want to represent the Alloycraft brand to the highest standards. Secondly, I would want to represent the entire Australian fishing community, making sure that I build long and lasting relationships in Scandinavia and encourage them to come over and see what we have to offer. Third and final, I would want to solidify lasting relationships through my travels. I'd want to create family, and with that, memories that would last a lifetime. The take-homes for like this, I think, would be endless, but one that would truly stand out from the rest is the learning of passion. I believe that with a trip like this, you will realize how much passion truly plays its part in connecting people. People from all around the world share a joint passion for that of angling, willing to take me in, introduce me to their families, and become friends with a complete stranger purely based on the fact that we share a passion. I'd like to thank Brad, Corey, and everyone else involved behind the scenes of this program, putting together a truly amazing opportunity. All the best, guys.
Oh, well, there we go. Hopefully the volume worked on that one. I'm going to bring Declan back up on the screen. Declan, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see your beautiful face.
That's right. You don't need to see that. It's a very stressed face at the moment. I have just gained about 400 wrinkles tonight and lost the last 5 hairs on the top of my head. So it's all good. It's all good. Hey, listen, as I said, I want to give you a fair chance. I don't want to make it fair on anyone. You had to put a challenge together. We've set you all the same challenge this week. Everyone's in there commenting. Well done. Great job. You know, you've brought your sense of humour out over the trip, mate. And, you know, you were locked down in your actual entry video. For those that did join the Alloycraft Brand Ambassadors group, you're locked out. You were in full lockdown when you did the entry video and showed a little bit of humour there. You've brought it back out. Northern Lights is obviously, you know, an easy target when we talk about over there. But, you know, what did you learn about, really learn about that whole region?
I think there's many things that I kind of picked up through planning this entire trip. First thing I did was actually went and Googled what not to do. And, you know, some of the, you know, I guess some of the different perceptions is that people potentially think that Norway and Finland and Sweden are all relatively close, so they all kind of get along well. It's actually, you know, quite the contrary. Sweden apparently really likes to wear the chest up and likes to kind of take that top spot. Also, interestingly, is you don't actually need to declare that you're traveling across the borders and things like that, across the countries. So they can just willy-nilly travel across the countries as they see fit, jumping between often apparently to get the cheaper liquor prices, because it's quite expensive to buy alcohol in Scandinavia. So they kind of jump between the countries depending on who's selling the cheapest alcohol. So I thought that was something that was worth noting if we were going on a trip to Scandinavia. And then also, which I thought which was quite interesting, is that, and I kind of called it out in the video, is that contrary to their Viking descent, is that apparently the Scandinavian culture is quite placid and very, I guess, very, very quiet in comparison to kind of what you see when you're watching Netflix and Vikings. You expect these people to be 10-foot tall giants that you know, just so out there. But apparently, you know, through the years, that's kind of changed, which was something I really found interesting. And even a lot of suggestions saying don't even use kind of abrupt body language, because you could be seen as trying to start a fight, which was, you know, something which, if you didn't Google it, you wouldn't never have known that, right? Like, someone's just excited and all of a sudden they think, whoa, this guy's crazy.
Yeah. So Bill touched on, you know, the time that Brad sent you, and I think Brad might have made it a little bit hard for you deliberately, but the time that they sent you, you know, a lot of the stuff was frozen. It was, you know, still frozen lakes and whatnot. But geez, they've got some water over there. I mean, waterways, they're just everywhere. It's not like a large barren country like Australia.
Yeah.
You can see why Alloycraft sells so many boats through that region. There is just so much water.
There's actually, it's something like 500,000 lakes in Scandinavia. It's that many. It's literally every couple hundred kilometers there's a lake. It's ridiculous.
Just crazy. And they're very very competent fishermen throughout that whole sort of region, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, just kind of as you start Googling it, it kind of opens your eyes to how big the sport is over there. It's huge.
Yeah, for sure. Now, we've still got to do Kevin's video and have a quick chat to Kevin. You guys will all be able to come back on in a minute and have a bit of a chat together.
Perfect.
Once again, like I said to Bill, awesome job. You've jumped through the hoops. I know we've talked, and I've got to meet you guys on a real personal level behind the scenes. And I know, you know, you and Bill both haven't showed any nerves tonight yet, but I know you're probably tapping your feet under the table, and, you know, the sweat's probably dripping down your back. So I'm going to give you a chance to go and have a drink, and I'm going to bring Big Kev up, all right? No worries. So let's bring Kev onto the screen.
Good job, boys. That was good.
G'day, champion. How you going?
Yeah, good.
All right. So how do you reckon you stack up so far, mate?
Oh, mate, I might as well have just drawn stick figures on a little pad and just done this out the corner and done one of those, I think. Yeah.
One thing that I really have warmed to with you, Kev, is your sense of humour. You are very dry and very quick-witted, so I'll give you credit. Your video is very good, so we are going to play that in a second. And once we've played that, I'll bring you back on to have a bit of a chat. Once again, because of the audio issues at the start of the night, I've had a little bit of an issue, but we'll talk after it. So have a think about what you want to say after it, and we'll get straight into your video, which is coming up right now. Nikki's going to bring it up. I will take my microphone over to the other side of the room. I'm going to get plenty of exercise here.
Yeah, you will. Ready?
This program is brought to you by Corey's Dam Fishing. Visit www.corysdamfishing.com for all the latest news. Supported by Bluefin Boats, we dare you to compare. So here we are, top three. I just wanted to say how humble I am to be part of this top three group with two elite guys in the names of Bill and Declan. Brad has set us a new challenge for this week to organise an angler exchange program all the way up here with the boys from Norway, Sweden. The two lucky anglers joining us on the exchange program are Alloycraft brand ambassadors Rolf Magnus Grenberg and Sondre Huholt Briand. Norway, known for their stunning glaciers and mountain ranges. The Norwegian fjords are truly a stunning sight to behold. Their famous fjords vary in size and characteristics, each offering their own beauty. Fun fact, Norwegians invented skiing. Now to Sweden, famous for IKEA, ABBA, meatballs and coffee. Sweden is known as one of the cleanest countries in the world with breathtaking landscapes. Made up with over 100,000 lakes. Over summer, Sweden can experience white nights, where the sun never dips below the horizon. Both Norway and Sweden are famous for their magical nighttime light display aurora, also known as Northern Lights. The weather in Sweden and Norway, late Feb to early May, falls in the transition from winter to spring, with the average temperature of reaching a blimey 1.5 degrees. So better make sure we pack the cold weather gear.
Very nice.
Since we have made so much money for Brad over the past 2 years of the apprenticeship program, Brad has decided to fly us to Norway and Sweden in his own private jet. As the world's second highest seafood exporter, only surpassed by China, it is no surprise a large portion of their diet is seafood. Locals smoke and grill their fish. They also transform fish into cakes, soups and balls. They are proud of their sea bounty, and seafood is a major part of their culture. Beyond fish, they prefer to eat local seasonal foods. This dates back to the Vikings, who feasted on beef, mutton and reindeer. The target fish for this trip is going to be the great northern pike. This is the time of year where pike are a little sluggish. We will need to slow down our retrieve to get the best chance of a bite, whether that's constant slow roll or a twitching retrieve. Rods will be over 7 foot long to punch out long casts, heavy enough to launch a large spinner, swim bait, plug or soft plastic, anything that represents a roach, brim or perch. Pike can fight dirty, so we'll need a bait caster reel and a rod that can handle the fight from a metre plus fish, and the line heavy enough not to get cut by the pike's sharp teeth. This time of year is a great time to chase large cod and the giant halibut. For something different, this time we'll be bouncing soft plastics and spoons off the bottom of the seabed. Rods and reels will need to be beefed up to deal with the giants lurking below. For our estuary style fishing, we'll be using the Bass Pro 530, powered with the Mercury 150 horsepower outboard engine. This is a great combination of speed, stability, and a soft ride. And for our offshore fishing, we'll be using the 620 Wrangler TT. With its deeper sides and high rise, it's perfect for getting through the chop. We will make an appearance at their 3 major boat shows as representatives for Alloycraft Australia. Places we plan to visit are the Varsum Museum, Drop Me Home Palace, Ice Hotel, the first Viking village, Burka, Smogen, the El Stino, sleep in an igloo in Abisko and watch the Northern Lights. Okay, we're back in Australia now. We had an awesome time over there in Europe. Now, it's our chance to bring the boys back over here. Boys, welcome to Australia. We do everything big over here. We have the big banana, the big pineapple, the big prawn, and the big chopper. As you enter off Brad's plane, you'll be greeted for the ceremonial chewy. First stop in the tour is going to be the beautiful sunny Queensland. A quick stop in at Bunnings for a snag, and then it's off for a fish. Our challenge for today is the giant trevally. Growing up to 1.8 metres long and 80 kilos, these fish are going to give us some serious carnage. We're going to focus on 2 baits today, surface poppers and stick baits. We're going to use 2 retrieves today, a fast wind, a quick pause and a fast wind again, the other being a constant twitch like an injured bait fish. Fish strike with extreme aggression. The reel will be screaming as you have the fight of your life. Finally, the fish and you are both tired from a massive fight. It's time to land this bad boy. Your arms are shaking with excitement and fatigue. A couple of happy snaps and back out to fight another day. For today's adventure, we're using the Wrangler TT once again. Day 2 will be relaxing at the beach and reflecting on a massive day the day before. Better make sure we say good day to the meter mates. After a relaxing day at the beach, it's time for the pub crawl. Following day, we're off to the Brisbane Boat Show. Now it's time to meet some animals, different to the ones we meet at the pub the other day. Let's see if we can find them a drop bear. And to finish it off, you haven't been to Queensland unless you've been to the Great Barrier Reef. Welcome to Sydney. While we are here for the Sydney Boat Show, we will visit the Sydney Opera House and climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge. We'll also take the opportunity to go for a ride in one of the Sydney jet boats and visit Bondi Beach. The final place we are going to visit on this trip is Melbourne in Victoria. For this trip, we will hire a couple of sports cars and head up the Great Ocean Road, making many stops along the way, including the 12 Apostles and Lockhart Gorge. Here we will stop for a round of beach cricket. And you can't go to Melbourne without going to an AFL game. Finally, we're off to the Melbourne Boat Show, and the boys will compete in the casting challenge. Thank you to Brad from Bluefin Boats and Corey from Corey's Dam Fishing for putting this together for us. Thanks to Scott Boyd for the use of a couple of his photos. And thanks to all you guys for being part of my journey and supporting me along the way. Thank you.
There we go, running around the room, setting up microphones, doing it all. Nick will bring Kevin in a moment. I have to comment, Shane Melrose. Yes, my face does go funny colours when the audio doesn't work. Listen, we've got Kev on now, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good.
How you feeling now? A little bit of a release there now that the video's done. The video's been played. It's now all in Brad's hands. I mean, you three have been wonderful. You've jumped through hoops. You've done all the stuff. Absolutely mind-blowing. I actually tried to do the challenge, and I'll tell you straight up, I tried to do the challenge, and I couldn't even get it in the time frame that you guys have done it. So, you've blown me away, all three of you. Brad's got to choose somebody drop off. We're gonna basically pick third place or first runner up in the next segment. So he's got a choice between you three guys. You know, have you a little bit of a say right now, Kev?
I just want to say, yeah, thank you to everyone for tuning in. This is the amount of support that's been on there. I'm seeing some pretty cool little comments there as well down the side. So thanks, guys. For those watching that didn't do it this year, get on board, have a crack. You know, you don't know where this thing will take you. There's been some guys already. I think one of the guys has already done an advertisement for a battery company, and he didn't even get selected in the top 10. So you just don't know where this will take you.
Yeah, for sure. Brett Bednick was a gentleman's name.
Right.
You know, didn't get through to the top 10, but went on. He shared a post in the group. The group has been absolutely magnificent. Behind the scenes, it has just been so positive. I've never been in an internet sort of scenario where it's been just so positive, and you've led from the front, mate.
No, I said it's. I've always been a supportive person, and you know, we've all gone through the hard bits. We're all doing the same thing, so you know, we've all just got to get on there and have a crack.
Yeah, for sure. Is there before we're going to cut to an interview that I recorded midweek. I interrupted all your challenges. I recorded something midweek to sort of fill in some time now so Brad can make his decision, because even before the show I was talking to Brad and he was still tossing up between the three of us. That's how close it is. We were hoping that one of you stood out with the videos, but all three of you have blown it out of the water. So Brad's got a big choice to make in a very, very short period of time. So I'm going to bring up another video in a minute. But yeah, give us, if there's anything you want to say right now before we cross over, anything that you learnt about, you were probably the mainstay of you haven't traveled very much. You're the least traveled of the group. And it was, a big brain explosion when we picked, not the easy thing like America or something like that. We were going to Sweden and Norway. Tell us how you got your head around that.
Oh, like a lot of internet, a lot of research. I thought I was going to have this covered. Mrs. and I have been watching Vikings all the way through from start to end, so I thought, oh yeah, this will be fine. But no, pretty much, a lot of research. Obviously not enough by the sounds of what Bill said earlier, because it sounds like I'm going to jail for fishing halibut. So we'll just we'll leave that bit out for the moment and just deal with that. Look. Thanks to you guys for putting this together. It's an opportunity that you don't get every day, and I'm really appreciative that you guys, had a brainstorm, come up with this great idea, and it's grown a lot even since the time we've been here and been involved with it. The amount of stuff that you've told us, and it's just kept ticking along. It looks like there's a lot of support to come. Yeah,
for sure, mate. For sure, definitely. Now, as I said, I've got to get a hold of. I'll get messages all the way through. So I've got to get a hold of Brad and have a quick chat to him. So I'm going to bring this video up, and we're going to play this video for a minute. Thank you for all the hoops that you've jumped through. This is probably a little bit of a longer video, but it is chatting to you. I asked you guys some questions during the week, and I'm going to go out and have a quick chat to Brad. So if Nikki can bring that video up for me.
said and done on Monday night. It's just been like amazing overall. It's just been so.
Yep. As I said, yeah, I probably am pretty reserved. I'm a big, well, I guess growing up, I've always been the person who really cherishes strong relationships over many relationships. And to your point and how you've raised it, probably does come across that I'm extremely business orientated or passionate about growing a career. Probably more so because that's kind of what I've been taught to kind of push out of myself. In a sense, I think me as a person, you know, I'm extremely loyal, very, very passionate about the people I'm around. I'm, again, a big believer of surround yourself with people, people who are going to benefit you in life and people who you can also then return that favor. So that's probably, I guess, why.
This has been a process that has been happening since, I think you guys put it up in September, was it first flagged? And ever since then, I've really had this very solid track of what I wanted to do with being a part of this program. The end goal was always to win it. I mean, I wouldn't be starting something and going in half-assed. If I want something, I'm going to chase it full in and give my 110% to it, because at the end of the day, the main person I'd be doing a disservice to is myself, first and foremost. And if I can't bring myself to the table in the process of getting to where this is, then how am I supposed to give you and Brad the best for the company and for the brand once everything's said and done on Monday night? It's just been like amazing overall. It's just been so good, and I've really loved the growth that's happened in myself, in my life in general, and it's been a massive pick-me-up for 2020 with what the year has been so ordinary with so many things. It's just been an amazing pick-me-up and an end goal to be able to sit there and put it on paper and go, that's where I want to be, and loading the steps up in between. And if you have a little stumble along the way, you cross it out and go, all right, what did I do wrong there? All right, let's try it this way now and keep moving forward.
Oh, geez, it would be a huge weight off the shoulders. There's been obviously a fair bit of pressure and wanting to do the right thing here. So, yeah, it'll be amazing if we actually win the vote, be ecstatic over the moon. Yeah, well, I'm hoping they actually all tune in. That would be great. So ideally, most of it will be that way. Besides that, no doubt there'll be a photo of me shaking your hand somewhere near the boat, and Brad hopefully as well. And I'll be posting that all over Facebook and Instagram.
The experience so far has been pretty surreal, honestly. When Ben sent me the link and said, "Man, this could be something that you would do really well at," it was kind of a little bit outside my comfort zone to begin with, and I didn't even know if I could conjure up a video to even be able to enter. But you know, I guess with that backing, put some time and effort into doing it. Actually found that I really enjoy kind of documenting those things, and you know, I'm excited to kind of get out for my time away in New Year with my partner and the little one, to be able to kind of do more documenting. Not, I guess, not so much to share it to the world, but kind of at this stage more just to kind of document our adventures together, so we have those memories to look back on. And you know, if it's something that can be shared, that's fantastic. But yeah, through the program, kind of seeing the amount of people that there was, the camaraderie, and how quickly that was built with absolute strangers. You know, I don't know, probably 3 people, 4 people who fish or who I fished with in the entire country, but to be able to see how quickly in the space of 8 weeks, a group of people kind of build that bond to the point of, you know, I'd happily have any of the boys down in Victoria come stay with me, and I'll take them out for a week of fishing if they wanted to, no dramas at all. And
that for me, I think, was a real big eye opener. Seeing, what could what could potentially be of the sport if it was approached properly, and if it, I guess everyone kind of took that genuine intent to really grow it, to see just from a Facebook page to build such strong relationships with people. Imagine what that could be moving forward. And then I guess getting the opportunity to be a top 3 was baffling. I was absolutely lost for words when the announcement was made. I was not expecting it, and it kind of set me back, and I had to replay it and be like, what just happened? And yeah, it's crazy, and cannot even fathom what this could potentially do for the sport, and hopefully even grow it to the extent of like what they've got in America. That's the absolute dream, is to, you're watching Cup Shockers and seeing like these beautiful boats and all the boats lined up and tournament sponsors and whatnot. Imagine that in Australia. That'd be ridiculous.
All right, so just here is my wife, Amana. She means the world to me. As far as it goes, we've been through everything, thick and thin, like really, really tough times and amazing times. So the strength that she gives me as a person, just the love in general, and just the companionship, and I mean, look at her. So I mean, it's just like this. I wouldn't be able to replace her with anybody in the world, and I would never want to. I've got my kids. I've got Violet over here. I've got Taj, and I've got Oliver back here. These guys, all of them, are what drives me. Violet brings like an affectionate part of everything to all parts of life, and she's always there for encouragement, and she's 100% a little rock in my life, as the other 2 are as well. Ollie in the background over here in the middle, he's pretty hard done by, like all middle kids. So, and he's just like me, and he is a determined and passionate little guy that doesn't let anything stand in his way. He's had some times this year where things are not going his way, and he's worked hard and hard and hard at them. And to see his drive gives me even more drive to do what I want to do and show these guys that they can put their minds that he can get it done.
He's a little you.
He's a little me, essentially. and then I've got Taj here, and Taj is the oldest. He's very helpful, and he's a compassionate and empathetic kid. But the way that he deals with the world and sees it, it brings light into my life in the way that I can see that what he does, and it just makes me smile every time I see how he is around his friends. He's generous as well. He's just an awesome kid. And then in the background, I've got Nick, and I've got Isabel. Isabel's mum's sister. Nick is her husband, and Hudson is over there playing with toys. And these guys, I mean, really when it comes down to it, Nick's one of the guys that I started fishing with more than anyone. And he's been there as well a lot of the steps of the way in regards to just getting out on the water. That's Hudson. Getting out on the water and just trying new things, and just being like a real bloke to me as far as being down to earth, easy to get along with, sit back and have a few beers, which will happen tonight, which I've got to go get beers. And just also just being a sounding board. Like, the guy is just a breath of fresh air every time he's around. And Isabel is one of the most creative, helpful people I've ever met in my life. She's had so much she's had to deal with putting up with me and Amana. She used to live with us for a while, so she knows us in and out. She knows us in and out. Yeah, we did have to deal with her. She still doesn't know how to put a coffee cup in the sink. So, yeah, and she's always just been there for us as well. And like with the kids growing up, they've been really close to these two, which has also just made our lives a lot easier. And it's just been an amazing opportunity to be a part of this family. And I'm going to say I'm the head of the family, and Amanda can tell me later that I'm probably not, but that's okay.
It's all right, I'm the neck and I make the head stand.
But as a whole, I mean, without these guys, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of you having this conversation at all. I'd probably be somewhere doing something I shouldn't be doing, not following my dreams, and not being the person I could be for the potential that I've got to be able to grow and be the ambassador for Bluefin and Alloycraft.
Definitely have to say Ben River would be my first place. So go chase some massive bream, do some surface fishing, maybe some perch and a few flattings if they're around. Definitely. Sure. So being fairly good idea to go chase some bass. In fact, somewhere here, I don't know, haven't got it with me. I've already gone and bought a few items just so I can have a crack at Blue Rock at some point soon. Oh God, the list is huge. Definitely want to have a go at bass, barramundi. Never got a barramundi, so it'd be cool. Catch some mulloway, maybe take it up the Nelson River. Nice little closest place for me for that. Even get onto some big snapper would be fine. Yeah, good fun. Both to be in there too, no doubt. New mate Tristan will be in for that, fellow contender.
Yeah. Oh, we've had to change of place. I've got my young fella in here. He's going to help me out. But I can't thank, and I've got to know 3 new guys and 3 new mates. I have to call them mates because of the stuff that we've been through together. It's like everything in the fishing industry. It's about mateship, and this whole program has brought a whole group of people into my world, and I'm loving this all. I really, really am. Listen, I have to get Brad up. We have to make the big announcement for next year. And I'll get Nikki to bring Brad up for me. G'day, boss man. How you going?
Good.
Good.
How are you all?
Well, look at this. This has just been amazing tonight. We've had massive problems. We've been able to score through a lot of them, and we've got to this stage. And we've got a big crowd on watching, and they're all waiting to find out what order we're going with. We've had a bit of a conversation, but I think it's probably time to let the boys sit in the background. They're sending me a few personal messages how they're really shitting bricks at the moment, and I think Bill told me he needs to go to the toilet. So, Bill, if you are listening, just chuck off to the toilet, mate. You'll be right. While I talk to Brad, I'll keep the feed going for you like you did for me earlier in the night. Brad, look, tell us about the program next year. This is, your support has been magic. We couldn't have got this off the ground without you jumping on board and doing what you've done. You've just blown me away with your support this year. But tell us where next year's going, mate.
Well, I guess firstly, Corey, I think all the 3 guys have done an awesome job to get to this point. Those presentations, they were quite challenging, and they've all absolutely nailed it. So for anyone that has been thinking about doing this next time, jump on it, because the sky's the limit. And right now we're going to announce next year's program, and some of your viewers will really have the opportunity, because we're going to run a women's version, so women's only, and also a juniors version. So 2021 will be a women's and juniors brand ambassador apprenticeship.
Wow,
So,
that's absolutely amazing. The comments will start to come up now, of course. I mean, we need women in the sport. I've been a big advocate for women in the sport. It's just absolutely fantastic to have them there. And for you to do this and announce this tonight has just blown me away again. You've followed this year's program, but we're going to be looking after the ladies next year, and we're going to do a junior round. So, that is just, I knew Lisa would be straight on there. And, Lisa made the top 10 this year. So that's, she'll be all over it this year. There'll be heaps of other people. Harry's here. He's excited to get to the next stage. He actually gets to hand out some trophies and throw some stuff over me. But what made you come up with the idea for ladies and juniors, mate?
well, I think it's 2 areas of the sport that are underdone. So I think that's an area that we can really drive some competition in, and get some new perspective into the sport. I mean, look at Lisa's entry this year. I mean, she nailed it. Didn't make the top 3, but she wasn't far off. So I think it's an opportunity for the women to really get involved and, show the guys how to do it.
Yeah, for sure. And look, as I said, the top 10, it was very, very hard to, make that top 3. The guys have shone through tonight. They've shown why we've chosen them as a top 3. But to have Lisa make that top 10 legitimately deserved to be there. And, she'll be the person that everyone will have to try and knock off for next year, of course. But we're hoping that the word will spread and we'll get the word around there for the ladies. But what about the kids? I mean, I've said it millions of times within the realms of the fishing industry in many different talks that I talk about. There is no feeder division with fishing. You're thrown into the deep end and you've got to go out there and tournament fish, and you just, as I said, thrown into the deep end. Now, with AFL and soccer and netball and everything else, they have junior divisions and junior stuff that people can work through. So this is obviously a great opportunity for a lot of young and up-and-coming kids in their fishing, boys or girls, that really want to give it a crack, isn't it?
That's right. And you look at young Dion, who was in the top 10 this year. He's got all the makings of someone that can really, challenge for some top spots in the future. Probably the program that we developed, that we're currently doing, was probably a bit beyond, a 15, 16-year-old. So we'll tailor it for next year to be more suitable to the younger guys and girls.
Yeah, I mean, Dion did a cracking job again. Entering, he was very, very nervous, and I was really appreciative of all the chats that we had. A young up and coming, but if we can nail it, we've learned so much out of this program, haven't we? Over the last 8 weeks, we've really learned a lot about people, about the industry, about where the industry can go. I mean, the sky is the limit from here, isn't it?
That's right, and we're pretty excited about where this program can go, and some of the people that have been involved about where they're going to go and where they're going to end up.
Yeah, and for sure. And as Lisa, I said she'd be straight in the comments over there, and she's been following it all the way through and supporting the top 3. She never gave up. I've been using the analogy with the top 3 with our little chats that we've had throughout the situation that. I compared it up to the old Australian Idol, Shannon Noel, Guy Sebastian scenario. Noelsy outsold Guy Sebastian, even though he come first. So it's not always about coming first. And, Lisa, you've got a big 12 months ahead of you if you want to, because there's going to be some competition, I'm sure of it. Listen, Brad, I'm going to have to, obviously we're limited with the feed, and we've got to bring the 3 boys back up and actually tell them who has come first runner-up. So, I'm going to bring the 3 boys back up. We're going to have a chat to them. Did you want to have a quick chat to the boys right now, or do you want to do it after?
I'll do it after, but I'll just say, look, the decision-making has been extremely difficult, to the point where I had to do almost a report card on each of the guys, and you have, I guess, a gut feel as to what you want, and then the presentations come in and they throw spinners in the works. So it's been an open competition right up till tonight. So kudos to the guys for putting in the effort, stepping outside their comfort zone, and really showing what it's going to take to win this competition.
Yeah, and for sure. So we have got a little bit of announcement to make, because we didn't envisage a lot. As I said, we've learned so much through this program, but we didn't envisage to get such quality so quickly in the first year. And everyone in the top 10 and outside the top 10 could have made it into the top 10. There was just such a big crew. So we've been able to offer second and third place some prizes. Do you want me to go through them, or do you reckon you can nail them off the top of your head?
You've probably got them written down, so
yeah.
For you, mate.
They are on the back wall, so Harry's going to go and get them for me and hold them up, and I will get those read out what it is. So next person that we're going to bring the 3 guys up, and the next name that I read out will actually come in at third place, first runner-up, and what they will win is obviously a rod and reel combo. So we've got a choice of rods and reels here for the boys, but if I can get that in the camera without poking a hole in the roof. So we've got a rod and reel combo for first and second place. We have got an exclusive membership available for them in the new bluefin fishing team, which will be revamped and released over the coming months. And you'll be able to follow that on www.proteamfishing.com. So we're going to have a pro staff website going forward. They will be entitled into all the exclusive discounts that the bluefin fishing team get, and we have partners on board like yourself, our bluefin. We have Lowrance and some others on board, so they'll be entitled to discounts through those. They'll obviously get their trophy and a custom fishing shirt for the bluefin fishing team to show everyone what can be done within the sport. And of course, they will be offered a guest spot on Chewing the Fat with the Cat next year. So first and second place, it's all up to you how much you want to build your profile over the next couple of months. That is just awesome what you've been able to put together for that, Brad.
Yeah, happy to give back, and just because you come second or third doesn't mean you've lost. I think they're all winners.
Yeah, I think more than they're all winners, but I can't stress enough, and as I said, in my initial thanks, that was to everyone else. I mean, bluefin throughout my fishing career has been a big part of the tournament scene, whether it be a family fishing competition, whether it be Bass Nation, ABT, Bass Electrics, all the way through, you've given back to the tournament scene, and this is just another way you're giving back. So for anyone out there that's watching, the next time you're looking for a boat, please jump on bluefin and give them a chance. We will release some new products and new stuff as the years go on, but make sure that if you're shopping for a boat right now, flick me a message, flick me a call, flick any of the boys a call, and just support the guys that support you. It is a big industry. We've got big supporters out there like Brad. We've got to really back them up. So, Brad, I'm going to give you a rest to go and have a scotch or a rum before you do your next one. And there you go. I knew you'd have it there somewhere. And I will bring the boys up, and we'll have a little bit of a chat to the boys because they will be shitting their little trousers at this point in time. All right, here we going, gentlemen. Are you feeling all right?
Yep.
All right's probably an overstatement.
So we've got Declan said yes, Phil said yes, and Kevin can't get a word out.
No, not at all.
Listen, guys, I can't say it enough. Look, due to programming issues within this program, I can only have 4 people on the live screen at once. So this is why that I'll be announcing the next name, and then Brad will be announcing who we go through from here. But I have to say, and I can't stress it enough, you're all winners. It sounds like bullshit, and you know me from all our chats, but I'm not a bullshitter. It has been a very hard process. We've been blown out of the water by everyone involved, everyone behind the scenes. The work that you guys done is absolutely tremendous. All right, and I'm trying to just make it as long as I can to keep you sitting there. You're all on live. Your faces are all on. I'm going to see 2 guys with very big smiles and another guy smiling through his teeth here, doing the old office clap, just trying to feel, because I feel for all of you. As I said at the very start, we can only have one winner. So Harry is here with me, my trusty little helper, to pretend to, give the trophy to the next person that I call out will be in 3rd place. So Ian's ready?
Yep.
As ready as we can be.
Yep. We need little survivor candles put out.
Yes, I want to, and that's what I feel like. I'm just trying to keep it on and keep his on fingernails. But, we've been going a hell of a long time. So this trophy will obviously sit on the mantelpiece. As I said, I want to see the 2nd and 3rd tune into the next Shannon Knoll and be the next big thing and make sure that our decision was maybe wrong. So I have to say that, I just want to cry. I'm just trying to keep it together right here. I'm pretending to do a drum roll. Listen, Here we go. I'm just going to have to say it, otherwise I'm just going to bore my eyes out. Third place is Declan James.
Well done, Declan. Good job, mate.
All right, so Harry's pretending to give you the trophy.
Cheers, Harry.
To Kevin and Bill, congratulations, you're through to the next round. I've still got to extinguish one of your candles in a minute. I'm going to drop you off the stream. I'm going to have a bit of a chat to Declan. Mate, I know you're disappointed. I know everyone wants to win it, but this is your time to shine. Tell us, Bill. Oh mate, I just want to bore my eyes out. I know how much it means to each of you. I'm watching Bill and Kevin in the background. Nobody else can see them. They're both just really shitting their dacks. It's all about you now, Declan. For the next 5 minutes, you've got the screen, mate. Tell us anything you want to tell us.
No, I think, definitely something to take on the chin. It's been a fantastic experience from the get-go. Like I called it out, I didn't even think I'd be able to conjure up a video, let alone make it to the top 3. So it's been a fantastic experience. I take my hat off to yourself and Brad for what you guys are doing for the sport, and I cannot wait to see what this potentially starts for the Australian fishing scene. It's going to be fantastic and unfathomable. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yes, it is going to be ridiculous, I'm sure, but you're going to be along for the ride. I am still going to mentor. I know you've got a wonderful mentor down there in Fanny Barrow, as I like to call him, Mr. Bass Guru Ben Farrow. I know you get to go out for a lot of trips, but as I said, I've made some real mates along the way, and you're one of them. You are welcome in my boat at any time you want, mate. I really appreciate the effort that you've put in. I love your work, and I love your sense of humour. Do you want to give some thanks out while you've got the chance to shine, mate?
Yeah, big thank you to Brad. I think without I guess his willingness and open mind to kind of give the initial boat to get it started, it wouldn't even be able to kind of venture from an idea. And big thank you for you and all your time that you've put in to mentoring, and the number of questions I've sent you and how comfortable you've made the entire process has been fantastic. Couldn't thank Benny Farrow enough. Fantastic guy. Whoever is looking to get out and do some Victorian bass fishing, jump on his page. It's Benny Farrow Aussie Bass Fishing. He is an absolute guru and a brilliant guy. Big thanks to Dandy, Complete Angler, the legends there look after me. Definitely probably wouldn't be, I guess, as engaged in the sport if it wasn't for them kind of seeing this Kiwi kid come in with no friends who fish and taking me out. So big thank you there. And yeah, big thank you to family for putting up with my endless hours of fishing.
No, look, mate, as I said, really appreciate, and I'm looking forward to the journey. I'm looking forward to seeing your growth. You've got a long way to go in this sport. You really do. And I'm hoping that in 10 years' time that I'm watching you go overseas fishing for species and representing Australia, because I believe you can get there. I really do. You've got the drive. We've talked about the passion. You are one of the most passionate people I know. I can't talk highly enough about you. And listen, I probably, I'll give you a last little second to say anything. Have a think about what you've forgotten at this point in time. But guys, get in those comments and give him a big shout out, because it's been tough to get to this stage. I really, really appreciate all the work that everyone's done. But, the shout outs are, we're already coming through, Declan. You've got a big support base out there. I'll be down at Blue Rock very soon, and I'll take you out for a fish and we'll talk about this. But for now, I'm going to talk to you after the show. I'm going to talk to each of you individually after the show, of course. I will set up a Facebook chat when we go off air so we can all get together, because I think that's the right thing to do. That you guys are so close that you want to talk to them after the show as well. So I will talk to you after the show. You're quite welcome. Give you the last 2 minutes to say anything you want to say, mate.
Yeah, big congratulations to Bill and Kev for making it in at that top 2. You guys blew it away. And honestly, over the last kind of 4 or 5 weeks, getting to know you all, fantastic blokes who are going to take it to the absolute next level. So congratulations and big thank you everyone who's kind of jumped behind the program. Very excited to see what comes year 2, year 3, and no doubt, and I will be back.
I know you will, mate, and I know you will, and you'll be doing big things in the sport. So thank you very much. I'll talk to you in half an hour or so when I drop you off the screen. But love your work, brother, and looking forward to catching up very soon.
Awesome. Cheers, Corey.
Rightio. Oh, that was probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. So it's only going to get harder. So I've probably done my PB hardest thing that I've ever had to do live on stream. And now I've got to let somebody else go. But listen, as I said, we've announced the prizes. We've got second and first to give away. The big petrol trophy over here as well. I'm going to get the other guys on and Brad on as well. So we'll get all 4 up. Whew. Stucking in the deep match there, gentlemen.
Oh, how's that CC sponsorship going?
Oh man,
I'm working on it, I can tell you. Listen, let's give a quick cheers to Declan for all his work, guys. So,
top job, Declan.
that was extremely hard to do, and all kudos to Declan, the way he took that, just absolute utter pride, and, he'll go a long way in the fishing industry. So it's now down to 2. We have 2 of you, and I'm glad to say I don't have to announce the next one. That's going to be the boss man's going to call out the next one. But listen, what I have to say is, in any of these game show situations where you're voting people in and out or people are getting called out, second place always gets the raw deal. Because we announce first place and second place just walks off the stage and never gets to say their piece. So we're going to do something different tonight and put you guys under a little bit more pressure. So I know you're just loving it, because one of you guys is going to come first and one's going to come second, and you're not going to be able, second place is not going to be able to have their say. So we'll start with who's the more nervous of you two. I've been looking at the camera off the screen. I think Bill's more nervous. I'm looking at Bill. I can see the sweat still beating off the end of his nose from here. I'm 2 states away. So I'm going to bring Bill up on the screen by himself. And listen, Bill, let's just go through and have a bit of a spiel. Or if you come second place, this would be your obviously opportunity to say your piece. So have a little bit of a chat and do your thanks and all that sort of stuff right now.
I can't keep my hands still. Just like first and foremost, like I said in the interview that we did the other day, Corey, when we called up, my family. I wouldn't be here without them, and they push me every day to be a better person, a better father, a better husband, just a better me. And without their backing, you wouldn't see me sitting here in front of you. So all my love to them, and they are my rocks, they are my life, they are my world. And it's just, I have such a privilege to have them as my family, and it's just something that you should never ever take for granted, and I never do. Yourself, for even already the mentorship you've given us through this program and the time you've given us to be able to pick your brain and call you at any hour and just be a sounding board and just be such a down-to-earth, easy guy to get along with, and a real guy, because we can literally just talk to each other and just talk crap for a while, and it's just amazing. And Brad as well, it's one of those things that I've said it to Corey, that you both had an idea, and to have an idea is something that's awesome, but anybody can have ideas. And you guys have taken it to the next level and taken it from an idea to a reality. And that takes initiative. It takes putting something down and actually going ahead and doing it and jumping in the deep end. I'm sure when you guys were setting it up, you would have been just as out of your comfort zone as we were with where it was going to go and how it was going to go. And from the bottom of my heart for you guys, I cannot thank you enough for this opportunity, because it's already changed me for who I am now and who I'm going to be in the future for the better. And all my friends, like, they're all in the comments now. They're going crazy. They've always supported us. They've always just been such an amazing group of people that have always just been there, and never, ever has anything been too much to ask or have help. Just asking for help is not a thing you should be worried about. You should ask for help if you need it, and these guys are always there to be able to do that. Just thank you all so much. I appreciate it, and I love you all. Thank you.
Awesome work, mate. Very well done. I'll just bring us all back up on the screen. As I said, it's very hard for second place to have their little say. Not saying you're going to come second place. We're still got to talk to Kev here. So, Kev, your little piece of time to shine, mate. So I'm going to bring you up and, give us some of those words of wisdom in that beautiful little humour of yours.
You put me under a bit of pressure there. Hey, Brad, first of all, thank you so much for obviously thinking of Corey and putting this this package together. As I said many, many times before, we couldn't be here without you and your support. Corey as well, mate, you've been so good for us. Any question we've had, day or night, you've been happy to help us out. You've been a great mentor so far, and I'm sure there's plenty more to come later on. A bit more fishing orientated too, which is pretty cool. To my wife, thank you for dealing with me. I've been a pain in the arse the last week, that's for sure. There's been a lot of swear words trying to edit on a phone. It's not fun at all. A lot of squinting, a lot of headaches, and you just have to deal with me all the way through this. To my mate Jordan, thanks for coming tonight as well. It's a bit of his time as well that he's here supporting me as well. And to everyone else that's jumped online or sent me a message, the guys in the top 10, thank you. All of those little things do make a huge difference to, spurring me along. For a while there, when this competition first came out, there was a lot of, should I do it? Am I good enough? Should I? You just got to jump in there and do it. It's something I've learned over a period of time. I just keep thinking of that movie, Yes Men. You just got to jump on and have a crack. The worst thing can happen is they say no. So, just be part of it, enjoy it, and thank you for everyone so far. It's been amazing.
Awesome. I do, the appreciation goes both ways, guys. You have jumped through a hell of a lot of hoops, and, you've done it with the utmost pride and the utmost respect to each other within the group. You've just blown me away. The whole thing has blown me away since inception to right now. I couldn't have asked for it to be as big as what it is. I couldn't have asked for it to be as good as what it is. I couldn't ask for the candidates to be as good as what you guys are. And, it's just absolutely mind-blowing. Let's throw across to the boss man. He's sitting down there. Do you want to have a bit of a chat to these guys, Brad, or are you happy to just go with the announcement?
Oh, look, I think firstly I need to thank you, Corey. You've done a lot of the heavy lifting throughout the last 10 to 12 weeks, interviewing all the guys, and, it takes a special kind of person to be able to get online every Monday night and go through these things with all the entrants. So, sincerely, I know we've got a great friendship now, but sincerely thank you for putting in the hard yards to get this to where it is. And I know 2021 is just going to be bigger and better, and Chewing the Fat is going to have a different format, and really looking forward to some of that roving stuff. And we'll get the top 3 grand finalists on throughout the year and really check in to see how their journeys are progressing. So Kevin and Bill, guys, I'm probably going to choke up a bit here too, because this is, might be behind the scenes, off the camera, week in, week out, but definitely on the emotional ride with you guys. And you can see the passion and the growth that's come out of all of the top 3 in the last few weeks, from where we were 10 weeks ago, and, those very first entrance videos to where you have ended up with that last presentation. They were fantastic. We really dug deep and 8 minutes was a bit of a challenge. As I heard Bill say, he talked for 15 minutes on one topic and had to condense it. That's what companies go through all the time to get the message through, that we need to be honing those skills. So congratulations to you all for getting that done. I probably don't have any more notes to give away, so we'll probably go to the announcements. Have we got any drum rolls, Corey?
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, all my audio problems, but I had a drum roll loaded, but it's not going to play. So what I'm going to do now is get Bill and Declan, Bill and Kevin on the drums.
So as we said before, there's no losers in this. Yes, someone's going to take away the boat, but I think with what we've established, and I sent out to you guys today that this isn't the end of your journey; it's only the beginning. But let's get this over and done with. The runner-up in the 2020 program is Kevin.
Here's the runner-up. Harry's throwing some confetti.
Well done, Bill.
We've got confetti going real good. Kevin, there we go. That is your trophy. Leave us all up for a sec. So, where we go, Kevin? Bring Kevin up for us. There's your trophy, mate. Harry has actually thrown the confetti early, so I've got second place confetti. Kevin, thank you very much. We will have a quick chat after the show. As I said, we had I've got champagne on already. Listen, mate, thank you very much. We've got to get Bill on because he's the inaugural winner of the program. So, Kevin, thank you. I will talk to you in about half an hour, mate. I appreciate everything you've done. Let's get Bill up and put him onto a bit of a solo here for me, please, Nicky.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit, Bill. Oh, shit, he says. So, listen, you haven't got your family there for support, but I learned something about you today that really, really surprised me. Give Kev a big shout out in the comments. He did very, very well, guys. But Bill, you told me today, and nothing is sacred behind the scenes with me. I will use it to get ratings. I will use it for anything. But you told me today that you don't know why, but the emotions have been running very thick for the last week. Now you've got to this stage. Are you able to get a few words out, buddy?
Oh, what are you worried about? Oh, man. Thank you. I got nothing. Seriously, what you guys have done, like I said, congrats, Kevin. Congrats, Declan. You guys did amazing. After all this week and all the chat we've had, I feel like we've been through this journey together, and it's just been so amazing to get to know you guys on a deeper level all week. And I was sitting here all day stressing, not able to eat, and I got offered beers all day while we were fishing, and I could only just have one because I couldn't stomach anything. I'm just, hats off to you guys for what you've done. The challenges you did were amazing. Each one I saw, I felt like I was further away from being able to get this, and I'm just, thank you to everybody. Thank you.
No worries, mate. I know it's a very emotional thing. Have a good skull of that beer.
I can hold it.
So, we've got a little bit of a presentation here. Harry's going to let some poppers go. Don't fire them at me, Harry. Harry's going to let some poppers go. Sit them up, Harry. Get them going. I've got some canvas here. Nicky and I are going to probably enjoy this. Harry's going hard on the poppers. Let's get that going. So,
that works.
Look at that fireworks display up below for you, mate. So we're going to cheers to that. Listen, I'd like to obviously raise my glass to you, Bill. You've got through. You are the inaugural. That's enough, Harry. The inaugural champion. You are the first. Your name is going to go onto this trophy and live there forever. You are the first. So that is your legacy now to live up to all the expectations that Brad's put in you. I'm just trying to talk to let your nerves settle a little bit. Let's cross over to Brad. Are you able to get some words out there, Brad?
Yeah, well, your sound finally worked on the videos.
Yeah, finally. Yeah.
Well done, Bill. Completely deserved, mate. I think you'll go far and really relish in this moment. Take it all in. I'm sure you can't wait to get back to your family down at the campsite and share it with them. But bring on 2021.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, Brad. This is something that I don't anybody in Australia until you guys actually put the action into what you had your idea for would ever think would be possible ever. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you both so much. And there's definitely going to be a few babies flowing tonight. And I'm actually not near my family, so I can't actually hug them and give them a kiss or anything like that. They're back down in northern New South Wales. So I've got Shano here. I can give him a hug. So Shano's here. He'll help me out. But yeah, thank you guys so much.
So listen, mate, yes, you're going to be obviously trying to talk Shane into not going out on the water in the morning and going straight home to see the family with the big news. They'll be on there watching it. Obviously, they'll comment. As I said, I've built some friendships here, and fishing is like this. Fishing is just such a big leveler. You get to go away to these ponds and meet people, and people from other walks of life that you would never ever have met. That's what I love about fishing, and this program has brought me closer to everyone that put an entry in. But the top 10 especially, I've been there and got to know them personally. But you three at the top, mate, it's been insane. I'm so happy for you all. I'm so thankful for everything that's happened. How are you going with the emotions, Bill? You want to say anything else? I don't want to cut you off.
I've stopped crying, which I don't do very often. So I've done that. So that's all good. How can you say thank you enough for this opportunity? Like, this is just the start of it, and I can't wait to grow with you guys over the next 2 years to start off with, and then throughout the rest of our time as mates and friends, and hopefully help you pioneer more stuff with this Bluefin ambassador program, because I've felt what Corey's done for me. I've felt what you've done for me, Brad. It's hit me here, and that's like I called Corey this morning on the way up to Somerset, and it was just all this emotion coming up from nowhere. Like, I was listening to songs that normally mean nothing to me in regards to what they say or anything like that, but it kept on tickling little parts of this journey we've been on together, and I would start crying in the car for no reason, and I can't wait for the journey ahead. It's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to it, and bring it on. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Listen, Brad just stopped off the stream. That was lucky he did do it just before he made the announcement. We have had so many technical difficulties tonight. The show has gone on for a huge time. You have a J455 for the next 24 months to use for all of your fishing needs. I know you haven't got a boat, so it is a big thing to you. Mate, congratulations. Very well earned. As I said, I want to talk to you all off the air, but I'll do that in a different chat. I've got to thank everyone that's been on tonight and watched. The numbers are going to drop off, but thank you all. I just want to leave you with one last statement. I started 2020 with working out what I wanted, and I ended 2020 thankful for what I got. So that is my mantra. I love you all. We're out for now. That is Chewing the Fat for 2020. Congratulations, Bill. You are the champion this year. Hit the stop button.